Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be learning how to cut this stylish top with a band and a gathered waist. So if it's something you would love to learn, do well to watch to the end, like, share and subscribe. So from the top of the paper here is our starting point and our shoulder line. So I'm going to be coming down to mark my vertical measurement. For my shoulder to my bust point is 9.5 inches. I'm going to mark that and extend the point across. So from the top again, I'm going to come down to mark my waist point. For my shoulder to my waist point is 15 inches. I'm going to mark that and extend the point across as well. And these are all the measurements we need for this tutorial. So this is my waistline and my bust line here. So these are all the measurements we need. I'm going to come to the top of the paper here, which is my starting line and my shoulder line. I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2 here and mark it. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. And I'll come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches. I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to my neck width. I'm going to come down to mark my neck depth of 3 inches. And I'll connect from the neck width all the way to the neck depth with my curve this way. The next thing is to mark my chest line, and to mark your chest line you're going to divide your bust measurement by 6 and add 1.5 inches. I got 7 and I'm going to extend that point across. So this is my chest line. On my chest line I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here, and I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line. So I'm going to come to this line, divide it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. At the midpoint, I will go in by ½ an inch. So I'm going to come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4, and I'll connect from here all the way to the chest line. So this is a dartless top. It's not going to have that. So the next thing is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. So what I'm going to do right now is to add extra inches to the bust measurement. At this point, it depends on what you want. It depends on how big you want it. You can do 2 inch, you can do 1.5, you can do 3 inch, but I marked 2.5 inches extra to the measurement. So I'm going to measure what I have here, or I got about 11 inches. I'm going to bring that 11 inches to the waist measurement. So the reason why we are doing this is because the waist point, the waist is going to have like a gather or pleated around that area. So by the time you pleat the waist or to your waist, to your actual waist measurement, you are going to have that effect, that gathered effect around the waist. So you're going to cut your band. What you're going to do, you're going to cut your band according to your waist measurement, according to your actual waist measurement, and you are going to gather whatever you have on the waist to your actual waist measurement. All right, I hope I'm making sense. If you look at the top, it has like a gather or a pleat around the waist. So what we have on the waist right now is bigger than our waist measurement, right? So we are going to cut the band you have from the waist down. You're going to cut the band according to your actual waist measurement, and we are going to gather whatever you have around the waist to your actual waist measurement. I hope I'm making sense with this explanation. So for the slit we have on the neck, you're going to come down from your neck depth to where you want the slit to stop, and then you open it. So for the back pattern, I have my waist measurements here and my hip, my bust line here, and have a zipper allowance of 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2. Make sure all your measurements are taken after your zipper allowance, and I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches. Your neck width for the back and front must be the same. Okay, then I'm going to connect from the neck width all the way to my shoulder slope this way. I'll come down to mark my neck depth of 1 inch. So I'm using 1 inch for the back pattern for the neck depth. I'll connect from the neck width all the way into the zipper allowance this way. I'll come down to mark my chest line just the way we did for the front pattern. Divide your bust by 6, add 1.5 inches, and I will extend this point across. So this is my chest line. I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement on my chest line. At this point we are practically repeating what we did on the front pattern, and I'll connect from there all the way to that point. The only difference between the back and the front is the neck width. is the neck depth rather, and I'm going to mark the midpoint of this line, and I'll go in by 1/2 inch. I'll come here to mark my bust circumference divided by 4, and I'm going to connect all these points together to form my armhole. So I'll add the 2.5 inches extra, just the way we did for the front, and whatever we have here, we're going to bring it down to the waistline. You can see that the waist measurement, by the time you gather, you're going to have that gathered effect around the waist. So I'm going to come to the waistline here on the zipper allowance and mark 1/2 inch here. The reason we're doing this is because we don't want any form of bulginess around this zipper area here, so we are going to be cutting out this excess that we have here. And this is basically it for the back pattern. I will go ahead and cut it out. Like I said, the only difference we have between the back and the front is just the zipper allowance we have at the back, and then the neck depth for the back. Every other thing is the same. So if you have watched to this point and you have not yet subscribed, please do well to hit on the subscribe button. Subscription is totally free. Please subscribe, and if you find this video helpful, do well to give this video a thumbs up, and do well to share it as well. So this is what we have for the back. So like I was explaining earlier, I will just try to explain again so that if you didn't get it the first time, you get it this time. You see that the waist is bigger than your actual waist, right? So by the time you cut your band according to your actual waist measurement and you pleat everything you have around the waist to fit into your band, you're going to have that gathered effect around the waist area. So I hope this makes sense. So this is basically it for this tutorial. If you find this video helpful, do well to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any question, drop it in the comment section and I will attend to it. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and I will see you in the next video.